So you want to start running and you don't know where to start, or if you are healthy enough to run, or you just simply don't have place to go running. Well, just by wanting to go running in itself is already a first start. So now that your first start is already there to start running, don't worry about your form. Don't worry about how far you can run. Don't worry about how fast you can go. And definitely don't feel embarrassed. Wear big sunglasses and pretend nobody see you. That's the beginning. So running can be done and achieved for many reasons. A lot of us running to just stay active, to stay on the healthy lifestyle, and to just maintain and be active. Some of us may just want to lose weight, stay lean, or many of us eventually want to run in a competition, or just to give our own body a personal testament, is participate in a half marathon run, a full marathon, a 10K or whatnot that you eventually will want to participate in. For me, it's a mixture of between the two. I want to eventually just want to have a personal testimony that I able to run a full marathon, and also maintaining the being active and healthy lifestyle. So I do combine or mix running every other day consistently, or at least a shorter distance visit every day, and then mix it with other small weight to keep my body moving. So, and that's part of my goal. Start small. What I mean by that, for example, like myself, I've been running now consistently for about 8 months, but I started out again small, by walking around my house, around the block, and a shorter distance, about 2 to 3 times a day. 2 to 3 times a week. Then maybe a month or so later, I increase my distance, maybe by another 10%. At this point, I still don't worry too much about my speed, because as I was going a little bit further, my speed getting slower back to the beginning speed. To start running, what do we need to have? Very simple. A pair of tennis shoes or running shoes, a sweatpants or jogging pants, or any yoga pants, or a pair of shorts, or a pair of knee slacks that you feel comfortable in, an old t-shirt cut off, or any a sports shirt that you have, and a good pair of hat to make you look cool. To cover some shade. And of course, for the lady, a comfortable running sport bra is a recommend, but not necessary. So now we have all of that. Very simple. If you have treadmill at home, start with that. Or, as I mentioned, start to get out the door, walk around your neighborhood, walking around the block, see how far that is. And the next day, walk a little bit faster. And the next day, try to increase that pace. And eventually, you'll start running. Or if you want to, go ahead and start running slowly and take a breath every minute or so if you need it. For example, go for 30-second running at the pace that you think you're running, and then walking for another maybe 2 minutes. Once you get warm up again, go for another run for 30 seconds, and do that rotation for a good distance that you have in mind and that you want to go, or around that block. So keep doing that for at least a few times a week if you have time, or if you can, or even once a week, is to get you going, to get you in that routine. Once you feel comfortable with that distance, adding a little bit longer by about 10% or even about 10 meters or whatnot, that makes you feel like, okay, this is put on another challenge. Okay, so when you start off running, should you be worried about, oh, what's the body form? Should I have a running form to get going? As the beginner, for myself, I didn't have to worry about that much. It was a little bit more difficult though if we don't properly hold our body form. So what I did was simply, again, just start running slowly. Then once I get used to it, and then somehow my body just found its form that it let me breathe easier, which I then noticed that, okay, by keeping my chin up or just look forward, then my breathing is easier, and then help me run easier in a better form. So that's how I find my form. And of course, I did some research and looking at other runners on their YouTube to see how they're suggesting in terms of form. But more importantly, when I started out was more I just walk like I normally, or run like I normally walk, by just looking ahead, forward, and then keep my chin up. So this way it opens up our chest, and then have breathing a lot easier. So if you are running outdoor, what do you do with your keys, your pocket money, just in case you want to grab that drink from the corner store? Well, if you have yoga pants or short that has pocket, of course, put in them. Don't bring along too much, because it will get your pocket heavy, and then also add a little bit of extra weight into, or make you feel a little bit uncomfortable while you run. Sometimes it might be bothering by a little bit of clanking noise when you run along, or that extra scratching on your skin. So, but I use a fanny pack. My friend gave it to me about almost 10 years ago, and I've been using that, and it finally broke, but it still can be used. It's still useful, so I still use it. And so I just put my phone in it, key to get in the house, and about a few dollars. And lately I've been holding my phone in my hand, because I just like that little weight, that extra weight on my right hand side, and just in case I need to take some pictures. Getting your body warm up before and after each run is important. Even if you're just gonna go for a quick walk, a short run, just do a little bit quick stretch, and the hip muscle and the leg muscle for a little bit. So give that room for breathing. So, and also is prevent injury. However, by doing a little bit of warm up and cooling down after and before each run, it doesn't not mean that you will not get injured. Yes, even if we're not running, we don't do any activity, we're gonna have some sort of injury. So by doing running activity or exercise, you will experience some discomfort here and there. So just be mindful, be a little bit more of paying a close attention to where your pain, your soreness and how we can repair that is very important, and is also part of our learning and part of this healthy journey. Should we drink water during our run? Well, that depends on your distance. If you just gonna run around the block, may not need it. Like in my personal experience, when I just run around a small circle around my block only one time, which equivalent to about the distance of a mile, because I don't like to hold bottled water in my hand, so I either drink a little bit of water when I wake up, and then so when I went for a short run, I don't need to have a sip of water. But it is important as part of our learning journey to have a smaller bottle. If you have a belt to carry it, that would be awesome too, because as you are adjusting to this routine, you're gonna need some water break. It's very important because you feel like you're gonna need it. So just find a way. Of course, even if it's uncomfortable, carry it in your hand, because when we're starting out, maybe we'll run for 30 seconds and walk for 2 minutes, so we're gonna need to have that sip of water between those times. So it's important to also hydrate. Tracking our progress, tracking our distance is also another way to help us making improvement and also be part of our learning experience. By now, I assume that everybody might have smartphone. Certainly download an app to track our progress. For example, like Nike Run, or other type of running app, the Count to 5K, things like that. Those kind of apps, or Garmin is another popular app, popular tracker that a lot of runners out there use. So for me, I'm using the Nike running app right now because it does have an easy run, and also other type of run like 5K, which also has a coach talking along the way and things like that. So because I run by myself a lot, so having the running with a coach or running with this program tell me as if I'm running with someone, so it's very useful. So tracking your progress and also help. Let's say, for example, if your goal is to watch how many calories you burn for the day, and that's also will be helpful too. We start running for a little bit, you get comfortable, you know you can run for just a little bit longer. Whether or doesn't matter your level of running. If you feel like running by yourself is not it's very challenging and it's not encouraging, find a running group in your neighborhood or in your community. If not, knock on the door of your neighbor and say, hey, let's say maybe they want to get started running also. You just never know. So thank you so much for joining me today to talk about how to start running. Again, doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter what your goal is, and if you just simply want to start running and be having running as part of your daily routine, something that you want to incorporate of your healthy lifestyle, thank you so much for letting me share my journey with you and how I get back into running again, how I get started on my run, and having this as part of my routine, be part of my journey to maintaining active lifestyle. Please share in the comment section below, how do you start your run? Why did you have running as part of your daily exercise and active lifestyle? And also share your tips and tricks, how you can run faster, longer distance. Again, I am still at the beginning of this journey. Thank you again for coming along with me today, and we hope you have a wonderful day. See you next time. Bye.